did you realize that there was this scene in here with like the trans person?
This is the
biggest issue that anyone has with this
for
movie.
sure, and like I guess rightfully so. Like this is pretty.
What did it make you feel the first time you saw this? Were you just like, whoa?
Yeah, I'm just but like it is the 80s, and like I guess this is just the way it was. But like that's no excuse whatsoever. It's just like he's never seen anything like this before or heard of anything like this before. Being an Australian, the bushman in the outback of Australia, but. I think they handle it in a they do make it comedic, which is kind of shitty. But well, I don't know.
It sort of sets up the joke later with Fran, with that old lady,
right?
And it sets that up to where then again like it's in a funny way, and then she like enjoyed it pretty much because she's waving at him from across the bar. Yeah, you shouldn't do that to anyone.
No.
But again, like this is him definitely being from a place where he's like, what? Like I've never even heard of that. There's no way, like so he.
And no matter what place you're from, that is not okay.
Of course, like I accidentally did that on accident once to a girl that I thought was my wife now, my then girlfriend.
You just like
from behind, yeah. And it was the worst like feeling of my entire life to be like, oh, I'm so no. Luckily this person was like, yeah, I get it, it's fine. But I was like, no, look, I thought you're identical.
Oh my god.
That was a terrible moment in my life. So I get like most people shouldn't agree to not want to do that, but it's also like I see what they're doing. They're trying to fish out of water him. Like this doesn't happen in the outback of Australia.
And today's cinema would not do that because it's just like we've seen that time and time again, like Dumb and Dumb, what am I thinking of? Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
it's just it's just a shitty plot.
Yeah, it's just a shitty plot.
That is what they went for, to be like the catalyst of this plot, and that's fucking stupid. It's just stupid, and it's just like it happens, and I'm like, ugh.
Well, you can see what they did. They're trying to think of all these things to throw at Dundee to be like, what would he have not experienced that he would see in New York? Oh, you know what? He's probably, there's this thing like kind of trans thing, like I bet he's never even heard of that being from the bush of Australia. We'll make a girl hitting on him, but it's actually a guy. Like it'll be awesome. You can see what the writer's room was like back then. It was just throwing stuff at him.
The worst part of this, in all honesty, or what makes this honestly what I believe makes it so bad, is kind of the room erupting after the fact.
Yeah,
that's really what the worst part of this whole interaction is.
They're all in on it and laughing at them.
Correct. Yes. And then beforehand, there's also the point that if Dundee is the ignorant here and is potentially being taken advantage of to some degree then too, and then his buddy's like, hey, you gotta hey, you do know what's going on, man? Like it's like, do you know what's happening?
If you're into it, fine.
Hey, if you're good with that,
we just want
to
make sure you understand what's happening.
Yeah. And so, well, then what if this person's trying to seduce Dundee, and what happens if he did get seduced and they do go back? Then what happens?
I think he'd be into it.
The guy's got a big knife.
Oh shit!
Just like he's gonna get defensive. Damn it.
The cabbie's actually trying to save everyone's life here at this point.
Gwendolyn.
Yeah, Gwendolyn.
So it's just, but that's kind of what I think making it, turning this situation goes from somewhat of an innocent, mild plot device of the time to a not so good one, is like everybody's laughing now.
Yeah.
And it's
the only part of the movie that's pretty dated.
This is This is the one that I'm just like, just bad writing, bad plot.
Get it out.
The rest I see no issues with whatsoever.
Yes.
This one's like,
It's like, hey, this is not good. So, we need to understand this is all, again, it's the same idea of what happened with Reginald Johnson.
Yeah.
At that point in the limo, it's the same kind of dynamic.
And we're better now.
And here we are.
Look at us.
We moved on.
Look at us, huh?
And we moved on to scene 5, the final scene.